an undissolved marriage, can a person enter into a durable relationship in that question?
That happens all the time, where someone doesn't get divorced
No,
and they have another relationship.
but not into a constitutionally recognised relationship. Actually, if you want to remarry or if you want to go into another civil partnership, you must actually resolve the initial relationship. And actually, there's a court order to make sure that every partner in that relationship is provided for. But on this occasion, I ask you the question, can a person enter into a constitutionally recognised relationship without dissolving either a civil relationship or a marriage?
Well, I would say if a marriage breaks up and somebody enters into a new, durable, lasting relationship, I don't see what the difficulty is.
Even if the marriage isn't dissolved?
Well,
so you can be married
one legal
to
contract.
one partner and have a durable relationship with another partner.
And I know people in that situation today. There are lots. That's not so strange. That's not so unusual.
But today, just to put it to you,
the Constitution provides.
Today, to put it to you, one of those relationships are not recognised under the Constitution, and the people in that relationship don't have the same rights as the married relationship at the moment.
The other relationship has broken down, and there are.
Where does the legal...
Okay, just let the minister
I don't know
speak,
where
please.
the legal breakdown of the relationship is, but hearts have been broken, presumably, and somebody is in the reality of a new relationship, and yes, they should be afforded protections if they're in a durable relationship. But the Constitution provides in a divorce to make sure there's proper provision for the parties to that divorce. It allows a divorce to happen. Marriages break up. There's a lot of marriages break up without divorce, Padder. That's just human life in Ireland today.
I understand that.
I don't think that we should be
we're not
actually
arguing that point, Thomas. What we're arguing is that under the current law, if you're in a marriage and it breaks down, you cannot remarry until the first one is resolved. In a civil partnership, you refuse to answer the question: can a person go into what's considered an equal relationship as the marriage, if they have an unresolved marriage behind them? The second question I'd ask is, if a person's living in a house, for example, for a year...
Sorry, just let's clarify that, because you've accused the Minister of refusing to answer something there.
I thought I did answer it very clearly, that I see absolutely the case that a marriage can break up, there may not be a divorce, and someone enters into another durable relationship. Yes, that happens.
So you can be in a marriage and in another relationship equal to the marriage, two of them at the same time?
There's a lot of people out there in that position at the
legally,
moment,
though, but
there's a lot of people out there.
Not with legal responsibilities.
But there could well be legal responsibilities, Padder. But there's certainly emotional ties. If it's durable, that's the criteria under the Constitution, that could happen. And I think I really don't see what the issue there is. Marriages break up all the time. Not everybody gets divorced. They may not have to. There may be no property or whatever.
But the issue in terms of property rights and rights to other people's property is a very big issue, and would be a very big issue.
Yes,
for
and in terms of the married couple...
who has the rights to the property division in that arrangement if you are involved in
the previous marriage? Of the marriage,
in that scenario that has just been described, because I think that's something the public are worried about.
Well, in terms of the family, the couple whose marriage has broken down, in Padder's example, who haven't yet got divorced, clearly there are. The couple can decide what they want to do themselves. They could have a legal separation agreement if they wished. Maybe they have that to divide the property. That can happen without going as far as divorce. And that deals with the property. And by the way, the vast majority of these sort of issues can be dealt with by agreement, and that happens in separations all the time. If there's no agreement, then you can go for divorce.
But if there's no divorce and no agreement...
There's no divorce and no agreement. The protections for the spouse in the marriage that is broken down are still there. They don't go away. But yes, it is absolutely the case that time goes by and somebody can be in a different relationship. I don't see the problem.
What?
I'm trying to work out why this is such a big issue.
I'm saying because there's the property is a finite amount of property, and now we're saying...
You're not saying that the new partner who's not part of the old marriage has some rights to the property, because that's clearly not the case.
But if a person has, like, let's say, for example, if a person has goes into a durable relationship and person A pays the mortgage, owns the house, person B doesn't, and the relationship breaks up after a year, does person B have a legal right over the share of that house under the law?
Well, that would already be, like, that won't change under this constitutional provision. So if somebody already, at the moment, if you're in a relationship and you own a house together, in fact, you don't even have to be in a relationship, but if you've contributed to the purchase price, it may well be that you'll have a right to the ownership of that house. That's already the case.
I'm saying that doesn't contribute to relationship. So in a marriage situation, a spouse would have a right to part of that property.
3 or 4 examples, and I'm happy to answer them, but let's come out with them one by one.
There are hundreds of these potential consequences, and the government hasn't been able to answer any questions to them.
I mean, I worked as a solicitor in family law before I came in. to politics, these sort of situations happen all the time.
No.
People live in complicated lives that you don't seem to be able to recognise.
I think you're missing.
And what the Constitution wants to do is give recognition to families based on marriage and durable relationships, and sometimes those things can be different than we've done.
I think you're conflating two different issues. Obviously, relationships break down, and there is enormous heartache and difficulty, and society wants to be able to create a situation where human beings can get on with their lives, etc. There is a separate issue that people enter contracts with each other, marriage contracts or civil partnerships, and then they have legal responsibilities in terms of all the elements that involve their lives, like their homes, etc. So what you've said to a certain extent is that if you create a durable relationship, which could be, I don't know, 12 months, it could be 5 months, it could be 6 months. Nobody knows when a durable relationship actually starts. Nobody's been told that. But you're saying that a person could actually be in a legal contractual arrangement, in an undissolved marriage, and be in an equally recognised, durable relationship at the same time. And I think most people will recognise that as a serious difficulty that's going to create major problems for families around the country.